What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Overtime Chicks with Jess and Emma. We are joined by a very special guest today, Austin from the Hockey Guys. Thanks so much for coming on. We're happy to have you.
Yeah, I'm excited to chat it up with you guys. It's been a little bit since I've been on a podcast, so hopefully I still have a little bit of my skills.
But to kind of get things going, can you give us, for anyone who's living under a rock and doesn't know who the Hockey Guys are, can you give us like a brief description of what you guys do?
Yeah, so we started as a group in college. We were just a friend group that we played D3 college hockey in Wisconsin.
Where'd you go to college?
UWS, UW Superior. So it's in the Wisconsin division of D3, and we were just teammates, friends, and that was actually during COVID. So during COVID, we were practicing, no games. We weren't allowed to see anyone else, so we were kind of just hanging out at the rink a lot. And one of the guys in our group who was pretty big into like early TikTok, like he was the first guy that I ever knew that had TikTok, and he decided, hey, why don't we just make a group account? And he just kind of included our friend group in it. And then pretty much throughout COVID, we grew and grew and grew. And then we started to take it more and more serious as things were kind of getting bigger. And then we finished out our college career. We were still wanted to do social media. We still wanted to kind of keep it going. And then a bunch of us moved to Minneapolis. And now, 5.5 years ago, and basically, where we got our big start was working with NHL teams. So we've worked with, I think, 18 different NHL teams. And what they like
Ooh.
to use us for is basically show the fun side of hockey, show the fans that it's fun to go to games or support your team. Because a lot of people may not realize that in-person hockey is just so much different than watching it on TV. So we would show
Totally.
funny things like, hey, if you're going to the Islanders game, stop by the Heineken bar. There's this cool area there to have a little party at the rink, or go grab this specialty food item, and kind of just show the whole fan experience about going to games. And that's kind of where we based a lot of our strategy off. And yeah, now it's been like 5.5 years and we're still going.
So you guys obviously do sponsorships now. One of your partners is Southwest, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's huge.
that's
That's
crazy.
awesome. But what was like your first sponsorship that you got?
So we were actually we did this. So you remember NIL in college, like where college
Uh-huh.
athletes can make money. So we were
Uh-huh.
doing this the year before that rule changed. So we were actually getting sponsorship offers. We never took any because we actually weren't allowed, because it's still in the NCAA, from
Yeah.
a bunch of different like energy drink companies and sporting companies and stuff like that. So then as soon as that changed over to be not a rule anymore, I think our first sponsorship was, now you're really making me think. It was a Pair of Thieves. That's what it was. Pair of Thieves, which is a men's like underwear company, which is kind of fun.
I mean, you
Wow.
guys are all guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all a group of guys. So it was like, because they made these like kind of athletic underwear for
Yeah.
guys in sports and stuff like that. So we're like, okay, we can tie it in. And we weren't like being underwear models for the actual deal, but we were just like kind of
That'd be
showing off.
awesome.
Well, they have all these different crazy designs and stuff. So we kind of just showed off all the different designs and like wearing them for our workouts and stuff like that, and kind of just sharing our experience. So that was our first ever brand deal.
That's
What's
so cool.
been like your biggest sponsorship, Southwest, do you think?
We've been pretty lucky to have some pretty big ones. We have Marriott, Coca-Cola, Southwest.
Wow,
Coca-Cola.
my gosh.
Yeah, we're doing a Coca-Cola FIFA World Cup deal right now
That's
as we
sick.
speak.
That's
Actually,
insane.
pretty much from like every category. Like our alcohol one was Michelob Ultra, long drink.
I think I saw, was that why like all of your stuff was Michelob for the Olympics?
Yeah, a little bit before that they did a Miracle, like the 1980.
Yeah.
They kind of like remade that and re-brought that back to life. So yeah, they took us on a private jet to Lake Placid.
That looked awesome.
That's
Yeah, I went to
insane.
Lake Placid, went to the arena where that gold medal and that big game was, and kind of relived an experience with them. So that was really cool.
I'm envious,
Yeah.
but
That's wicked cool.
one day.
Yeah. Who knows?
But what's your favorite trip that you've been on with the hockey guys you think that was?
It's so hard to say
Or you
because
guys did you guys all go to Italy, or was it only, like, you and a couple who
me,
was in
Johnny,
Italy with
and
you?
Lawson.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, that was an incredible trip, but I would say like that was just like us going, but a brand trip, it's really hard to say because we've been to the last 4 Stanley Cup finals. We've witnessed game 7, witnessed all that stuff. I think outside of hockey, we went to Hawaii with Southwest, and that was
Wow.
just incredible in so many ways. So there's been a
okay.
ton of different ones with hockey, without hockey, but they all have some sort of unique thing or story behind them.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Um, so now about the Olympics. So did you stay for the whole entire time during the Olympics or no?
No, no, we did. Well, the whole trip kind of came together with my buddy. His brother-in-law is Travis Sanheim, the D-man for Team Canada. So his sister married him, and he's good friends with them. And he's like, "Hey, I'm actually gonna go to the Olympics. Like, Trav made the team." Just kind of threw it out there to me as like an idea, and I was like, that actually kind of sounds pretty sick." So then I told Lawson, told Johnny, and they're down to go. And a little piece that was kind of a bonus. Our buddy, our old teammate, he coaches in the UK Pro Hockey League. So we were like, why don't we stop in London first, go visit him, and then fly to Milan? So
So
spent
fun.
spent a few days in the UK and then out for 5 days. And since this wasn't like a sponsored trip it was just like on our own, it gets really expensive. Like we didn't have any help with like lodging, like no hotels, Airbnbs, nothing
Yeah.
like that. And then we also had to buy tickets to each individual game too.
How much like those seem so expensive.
Yeah, they're hundreds of
Yeah.
dollars, and times 3 of
Yeah.
us, the costs go pretty high, but we were lucky to get to 2 Canadian men's hockey games, so
Yeah.
that was a ton of fun. We got to see the arena, be inside of it, and
Totally.
and then we were also lucky enough to get hooked up with the Team Canada house where they had basically they built they used like some sort of hotel or venue, but it was like for only Team Canada men's, women's hockey team and the skating teams for their families to go hang out and like watch different games and interact. And they had a floating rink on a pool. Like it was
What?
ice. It was a ice rink that was floating that was on a pool, and you could skate on it.
So it was ice and water.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and that was, really lucky to do that and be able
Would
to
it not? How is it?
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
don't
it?
get that.
imagine just like a dock, like a big giant dock that floats on water, and then they built ice
So is
on
there like
top
a
of it.
bridge to get over to the
Yeah, like
ice over the water?
Yeah, yeah.
That seems kind of cool.
yeah, that's cool.
I never learned how to skate, you guys. It's really embarrassing. She'll be like, "Oh, you're so into hockey." Yeah, but I don't know how to skate.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, everyone always thinks like we play hockey. It's like, no, never. But
And people are surprised.
yeah. Wait, who's your team?
Winnipeg Jets, that's where I'm from.
But I
Oh,
know you're
okay.
from there, but why not Minnesota?
I don't mind them. I think they've always been boring pretty much growing up, so
I think
just
they have
'cause I'm
too
here.
until this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm rooting for like, I'll root for all the Minnesota sports teams just 'cause it makes it more fun around the city, 100%,
Yeah,
but
I feel you have really no choice.
yeah,
You kinda have
You
I
to.
literally live there.
I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with any of the teams, but yeah, Winnipeg Jets, ride or die, that's my squad.
I do love Hellebuck.
Same.
He's
I love
awesome.
him.
He
He's pretty
lives
much
by
it
me.
though.
Yeah, that was a little, bittersweet for when he played that good in the game because obviously I was cheering for Team Canada,
Yeah.
and, that was the only kinda upside knowing that we have him.
I just wanna know, like, how frustrated McDavid probably was after. Like, I would be genuinely terrified to be around him for the next, like, month.
Same.
Well, even McKinnon, he was the one who had that
He
legit.
Yeah.
looked so
He was
pissed
so
when they
mad.
gave him the stuffed animal.
Yeah, and he's the guy that actually snaps on people, like, he's known for that on and off the ice, so I'd imagine he was even more pissed than McDavid.
Yeah.
That whole team I felt bad for. They're the front runner. They played so hard. They played great that game, and but that's hockey.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
Hockey
But I will
doesn't beat
say
anyone.
I was kind of surprised that United States won, a little bit surprised. I had, like, thought that Canada was gonna win just because you guys have, like I feel like you guys have had better what was it? You guys had better forwards, right? Yeah, and we had better defense, but you
Yeah.
guys had better forwards, so I would figure maybe you guys would get more goals, but
That
we
was
still
hella
won.
book.
Yeah.
There's just everything went right
Mhm.
for the US and too many things went wrong for Canada, but I knew it was gonna be a close game. I truly didn't know who was gonna win
Yeah.
just because of
Yeah.
the 4 nations last year, and when you have hockey at such that high level where everybody on the ice is good, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What games did you go to when you were in Italy? Like, who did you see Canada play?
You saw Canada, Czech, and then Canada, Denmark. So they weren't like the closest games ever, to be honest, but
You still
it's
got to go, though.
Yeah.
no, it was still fantastic because the European fans are hilarious because they wear the craziest outfits and they're singing all their
Europeans are insane.
yeah,
Love them, but they're insane.
yeah, like they're getting beat 5-1 and the crowd's still doing their country chants and stuff like
Mm.
that. So
Oh,
it was still
yeah, I
very
bet.
fun and entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, I want to know what you think about the Austin Matthews, like in Gudis getting 5 games. I'm hearing a lot of people being like he should get more, and then there's some people who are like they agree with what the league did. I want to know what you think. Like, do you think it's enough, or do you think he should have got
Yeah,
more?
I feel
I think
like
it's
I feel like if he did what he did to Crosby in the NHL, like if that, let's say that exact play happened while he was on the playing against the Penguins, then I think, yeah, double it to 10 games. But I think since it's out of the league, I don't even think they can like consider it a part of like the punishment. So I know he's a hard player and not very clean, but I think 5 games is a pretty decent amount. But also, I don't like him as a player. I think he is too much. Like that guy, I feel like that's a guy where you don't know what's gonna happen. Like you truly don't know what he's gonna do or how hard he's gonna push the limits. So yeah, all I could say is if I think if that happened in the NHL, it would be an automatic. Or if the Crosby thing was in the NHL and then the Matthews thing happened after, be an automatic 10 games. But I feel like 5 is a pretty reasonable amount. I don't remember someone getting high as 5 games suspension in the last few years at least.
Wait, I'm gonna sound really stupid, but what do you mean this didn't happen in the NHL?
Well,
What do you
he
mean?
Gudas hurt Crosby in the Olympics. So, like, he hurt him in not a
Okay,
similar
that makes more
way,
sense.
but in a way that shouldn't have happened, and it was a dirty play. So, since
I
that
thought
was
you were talking about Austin when he hit Austin Matthews.
no,
That
so I'm
was I was
saying
like, "What do you mean?"
So I'm saying the lead up, like if that would have happened in the NHL, then the NHL could have been like, "Hey, he just did this to Crosby. Now he did this to Matthews. Let's amp this punishment up." But since he didn't do that in the NHL, they couldn't use that as
Yeah.
a
Exactly.
punishment thing.
Okay, I'm following now.
Yeah, isn't Crosby supposed to be coming back? I think tonight or
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I think I heard that
Who
as
does he
well.
play who do they play tonight?
I think it's Carolina. I could be wrong. Wait, I gotta check.
Who's your guys' teams? The Wings?
Oh, yeah, Carolina.
Carolina's winning. Well, she's Boston-based. I'm Detroit-based, but
So Bruins and Wings.
Detroit is freaking me out right now.
Same
It's
with
freaking
Boston.
me out. Oh my god, you're right. We're both oh my god.
It's
I
stressful.
forgot. We're freaking out because we haven't made the playoffs in
Yeah.
what? Over 10 years,
Oh,
right?
it's
Yeah,
since
Something
Little
like
it's
that?
been a
Caesars
while.
Arena has been built.
Yeah. So, like, my dad was on the phone with his friend, and he was like, who works for the Wings, and he was like, you know, Dan Cleary. Yeah. So he was like, we are all freaking out right now. Like, it's anxiety central because we're on the cusp right now. Like, let me look at the standings. And then Larkin gets hurt, Kopp gets hurt, and they bring up 4 guys that are still there from the Griffins. And they're all forwards, first of all, which I feel like they're a little lacking on some defense. But yeah, so I think they brought Kosa up, but now he's back down. But wait, let me see.
They brought up
The Wild.
Ryan Leonard's brother, I'm pretty sure. John
Oh,
Leonard?
yeah, what's his name?
John?
With
I
the
wrote it down.
Wings
Yeah,
farm
it's
system.
John Leonard.
I know, I barely do too, but yeah, wait, we are exactly tied with Boston.
Yeah. So And we play you guys on Saturday, I think.
Sure. Maybe, I don't know. And then you have Winnipeg. Let's see
Yeah.
where Winnipeg stands.
I want them to be lower in the bottom, honestly. I want them to get a good draft pick, but they keep kinda going to overtime and stuff, so they're not getting as low as I want, because I don't want them to make playoffs. The Central Division is too stacked, way too stacked. They're not
I think they're definitely the most stacked out
Mhm.
of any other division,
Yeah, same.
for sure. Otherwise, I think the Atlantic Division is a close second, honestly, but
Yeah, I'm excited for playoffs.
Buffalo's been awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
shocked
gonna
about
be
that,
fun.
though.
It's gonna be fun seeing some different teams in playoffs that, 1, haven't made it in a while, and
Yeah.
obviously, the Panthers aren't gonna be there too. Leafs
It's
aren't,
gonna be a whole different,
so it's gonna be a
like,
nice change
thing.
up.
The Ducks, I'm so happy they're gonna be in it.
Yeah, what?
I'm so
That's
excited.
crazy to me. They're number 1 in their division,
I
which I
know.
think is crazy, ahead of Edmonton. Edmonton, yeah, has the same amount of points as Anaheim, but has more games played, so that's why Anaheim's up. But God, Vancouver still at the bottom.
That stinks.
God.
Imagine.
Didn't they make the playoffs last year?
Think so.
I'm pretty sure they
Yeah,
did.
it was either that or 2 years ago.
Yeah. They all, like, kinda meshed together. I
Yeah.
always lose track.
Same, especially when we had, like, the same Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row.
Yeah. And then Patrick Kane is the 4th. I mean, you don't care about this, Austin, because you're born in Canada. But Patrick Kane is number 4 in goals by a US-born player.
Well, no,
So,
yeah, that's amazing, 'cause I grew up watching him, obviously, he was a talk of the
yeah,
town.
well, who didn't, I
And then
guess.
Winnipeg, like, Jonathan Toews is from my neighborhood, so we always kind of, rooted for Chicago a little bit just 'cause of him. So,
Yeah.
the iconic duo, I still like Patty Kane, and I'm glad he's still, producing.
Yeah, I don't know when he's gonna retire. I'm kinda nervous. I kinda don't want him to retire. I
So
want him
what
to
happens
stay
with
for
a
at
lot
least
of
2 more
people.
years. How old is he now? He's like 38, 37, 38,
Yeah,
something like
around
that?
there.
And then, oh, speaking of older players, Brad Marchand, I don't want him to retire either, but
No.
he's getting old.
Well, he has a few more years on it. I think he has 4 more years, 5 more years on his.
And, I think I saw something where, Ovechkin was thinking about retiring after next season, I'm pretty sure.
People are now saying this season, after this.
No.
Okay, maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw something about that, like, pretty recently, and, like, I could see it coming, I feel
Yeah,
like,
true.
whatever.
But
He's getting old, man.
Yeah.
But he's a machine.
yeah, those Russians,
The Russian
they're
machine.
literally machines.
But yeah, Patrick Kane, I don't know when he's gonna retire, but people are saying he's looking a little bit slower. But he just got 2 goals the other day.
Yeah, he's
So,
a skill guy. He doesn't fully need his speed anyways.
yeah. And then I read something that Jack Hughes, like, isn't allowed to have his gold medal or something, or what did I read?
It's
His
the Hall
puck.
of Fame is keeping
His
it, I guess,
puck.
and he
His
wants it.
puck.
Yeah.
Or the puck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gold medal would be crazy.
That would be
But
insane,
yeah, that
imagine.
puck is I'd wanna keep that puck if I scored that goal.
Same.
I would keep that. Don't put it in the Hall of just keep it.
I don't blame him.
Yeah,
And then when
that's,
he's
that's
older and stuff,
awesome.
then you give it to the Hall of Fame or give it to, like, your kids and make it a family heirloom. Like, who knows?
Yeah, I
But
mean, like, I think this having his own stick, that's kind of that's like a second tier of kind of the same thing. So
yeah.
I definitely would be upset that I wouldn't be able to get the puck, but I do know the historic significance behind it of why the Hall of Fame wants it. So
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Like,
sense.
I understand it, but I think he should get it for a little bit longer, brag about it for a couple of years and then
Yeah.
give it to the Hall of Fame. 'Cause those are some crazy bragging rights. And I want him to what if he brought it here? He'll probably come here. 'Cause he comes here in the summer and he'll probably bring the medal or something to Dick O'Dow's or whatever.
That would be sick.
I was kicked out of that bar.
let's
So, but I should be good to go back in the summer.
Yeah.
So, that's what they said.
That's good then.
I've snuck in a couple of times.
Yeah, didn't
but
you, like,
I
wear
always have to wear,
glasses?
like, glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear glasses and a hat, and I took a picture. I was like, somehow I got in. And then the next time I went in, the bouncer, I know him though, he was like, you can only stay for like 20 more minutes. But then he let me stay until it closed. So it was fine. But I just can't be there while the owners are there. So
Well,
it's a
don't
long
misbehave
story.
next
It's a
time.
long story. I did behave.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm still
I
mad
know,
about that.
I really didn't. But it was on Blackout Wednesday. Everything was chaotic. The owner was, stressed out. But Yeah, that's another story. We'll save that for
Yeah.
later. What's some more news? Utah Mammoth. Oh, I think are they in a playoff spot? I don't
I
know.
think they're in the
But
wild card.
I thought it's just
Yeah, they're in the first wild card spot with
Yeah, it'd be
Seattle.
nice to see them in. You always want new teams to get some playoff hype behind them and stuff like that.
totally. And then because when they were the Coyotes, I think the Coyotes only made the playoffs once and then lost in the first round. So none of these guys have ever been, given the chance to play in a playoff game. And now I feel like they made a lot of good trades when they became Utah. And I think they're gonna make playoffs. Hopefully. I have a little sheet. Jessica knows. I have it like taped up on like my mirror right there. And I think I put Utah as the wild card, but I also put St. Louis.
I want the Sharks to
Yeah.
get in just because of Celebrini.
I love
Same.
him.
And Will Smith. I love
And Will
those
Smith.
too.
I am
Oh, yeah.
obsessed with them.
Like, we
And
do
it
not
I'm
want the
obsessed.
Kraken in there. The Kraken, I don't even know
I
how they're
kind of
winning
have a soft
games.
spot for the Kraken.
I do not. I don't like
because
them.
Well, only because Joey Decord is the goalie and he went to Arizona State. So
Okay, that makes sense.
that's like the only reason. Otherwise, I don't pay attention to them. So
Same.
I'd like to see like San Jose instead of Seattle still.
100%.
Actually, Matty Beniers, I think, is like a town over from me. He grew up in Hingham, so I have that.
Oh,
That's
no
it.
way.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't care for them.
Yeah. There's like a couple of teams that I just forget are teams. Like I remember obviously, but I just kind of forget about them.
No, I agree. I'm the same way.
Ottawa, I don't know why, I always forget about Ottawa.
Same.
I always forget about the Islanders for some reason, but ever since Schaefer joined, I'm like I've been keeping up
I
a
think
little
he
bit more.
saved the fan base.
I think so too. Winnipeg, I like kind of just because of Hellebuck, because he's from here and his whole family lives right over here. So I used to always forget Anaheim was a team. I always forget Seattle's a team. I always forget Calgary's a team, and I always forget Vancouver's a team. So it's all of like those like West Side teams that I forget about. I mean, because I live over here though.
Yeah, makes sense.
But is there any other news really? Oh wait, Leon Draisaitl.
Oh yeah, he's out. That's not good for them.
No, I heard the news that he's gonna be fine. He's on track.
Really?
So how long is he out for?
Well, he's already been out. I think he's coming back shortly.
How long has he been out for?
Yeah.
Maybe over a week.
I want to know, do you know what it is? I hate how hockey play, like, they don't tell you what the injury is.
Yeah.
They never said what injury Dylan Larkin had. It's his knee, though. I know it is. I saw it. But I hate how they just say, like, lower body injury.
Yeah, and then it's like day to day for weeks, and I'm like, okay, it's been some time.
I think he's out. Larkin and Kopp are both out for 2 weeks, and then they'll be fine. But, dude, Wings always struggle in March.
Yeah.
But
I need you guys to keep struggling, to be honest with you.
no.
Because now I'm like, no.
But
No. Ideally, I'd want Red Wings and Bruins to make the playoffs, but Columbus is sneaking up there, so kind of worried about that.
I saw that.
They're like 1
And who
point
did
behind.
they just beat yesterday? Didn't they beat the Canes yesterday?
Yeah, they
Yep.
yeah. And so I'm like, okay, they need to chill because I need the Bruins to get that spot.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tight. I mean, that one was always tight last year too. That little wild card spot in the East. I don't know if
Yeah.
Ottawa would have to tighten it up a little bit. I don't think Philly's gonna make it.
I don't like Ottawa.
It's gonna
I don't
make-
think Philly's not going to get it.
No, they
It's
won't.
not even.
They're
It's not
there.
even.
No,
They're not.
I'm worried
No.
about Columbus and Ottawa. That's it.
I just don't care about Ottawa. So they have 77 points.
Yeah.
Columbus is ahead of them by 4 points. We're fine. Because how many games are left in the season?
I think like 16.
Are we in the teens now? Oh my
16,
God.
I think.
Shoot.
Playoffs, the regular season ends April 15th.
Okay.
Gary.
Yeah, we're getting close.
God.
Every single game matters now for like Bruins.
Yeah, this is where it really
Detroit.
matters. I'm really excited to when they start eliminating the teams and we get to see like the X.
That's I
Yeah.
love that.
Loser.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be the first team eliminated? Vancouver?
Easily
Yeah,
Vancouver.
Oh my
Vancouver.
God. I just looked at the points. They have played 67 games and only had 50 points.
Well, yeah,
That's
they just
awful.
beat Florida yesterday. They somehow beat Florida 4-2, and Florida.
That's like because
Yeah.
Florida accidentally was playing down to their level. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's so bad that they're good.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot with
Mhm.
Detroit. Detroit, they will be up by like 2 or 3 goals in the 3rd period and just, like well, I accidentally swear, but they actually suck in the 3rd periods. They let everyone creep up on them.
Mhm.
They let Vegas do it. They let Florida do it. Like, not cool.
That's what the
Almost
Bruins do
all of the
too.
Red Wings games that I've been to have gone into overtime because Detroit lets the other team come back, and then they end up losing. Very rarely they win.
Yeah, it's like Minnesota. For the last like 3 years, every time we'd go to a Minnesota game, it would I think we counted it out. It was like 7 out of 8 times. 7 out of the 8 games we went to in the last 3 years, they went to OT or shootout. It was just like every time automatic, and it's
Oh, for the regular season, do you think it should be we asked this to the last person on our podcast. What was the question? It was like, would you rather have multiple overtimes or just have a tie? Or was it have a shootout
Yeah, shootout.
instead of overtime
Yeah.
or just tie?
No, definitely never tie. I
That's
like
what
it the
I
way it is. I
Yeah.
like the 3 on
I
3.
do too.
Who did we have on that wanted a tie? I forget about
Wasn't
that.
it Ken Daniels?
I think so, 'cause I was like, "What the heck?" I don't like ties. I hate ties.
Yeah, I don't like that either because that just makes everything more difficult to
Yeah, it's
like.
like you leave the game as a fan, you're like, "What? I don't really like the."
Yeah, and I like how it, like, keeps going. I like how in the playoffs, though oh my god, my one nail, guys. In the
Wait, same,
playoffs,
look. This one fell off.
a dog bit mine off, dude. Awful. But anywho, I like how in the playoffs they do the bunch of overtimes. Because I will say, shootouts I feel like can not be rigged, but, like, some of the times that people can just get lucky or just be having a bad day
Mhm.
easily. So, like, you put, like, your 3 best shooters out there, and then one of them is just having, like, a sucky day and just, like, chokes by accident, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing I don't like about shootouts.
Yeah.
So,
I don't like shootouts.
they're really stressful,
Yeah.
and they're
Mhm.
not, like I don't know. And, like, if your team loses, you're kinda just like, "Oh, man."
Yeah. Dang it.
Um, and then do we have any
We can do rapid fire questions and let him go. To be
Yeah.
quick.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Okay, ready, number 1,
Yeah.
quick.
Gotta answer fast.
Most underrated NHL team this season.
Underrated? I guess that would have been, yeah, the Ducks.
I like
Good
that.
answer.
Okay. Next one, most underrated player.
Well, that's my boy, Mark Scheifele. He should have been on Team Canada. He's 4th out of all Canadian scorers right now in the league, and he got snubbed from the Four Nations team and Team Canada, so definitely him.
Alright, what team do you think will win the cup?
My futures bets are if I had to pick one team, I do think it's gonna be the Avs. I think they did really good at the trade deadline. I think they Yeah, I really think the Avalanche are gonna do it. Their trade
I
deadline.
I think they're cursed.
Me
They're gonna
too.
get was it the President's Cup or whatever
Yeah,
trophy?
trophy.
That's caught last year. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're gonna break
Curse.
it. I think it's
Mhm.
different. Just like yeah, I think it's gonna be the Avs. If not them, Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas.
I like that one.
I wrote that down wherever wait, where did I write it? I wrote it down, though,
Okay.
before the season started.
Best goal song.
Best goal song.
Let me take this one.
I really liked the Team Canada World Junior team goal song from a couple of years ago. It was "Hey Baby." I don't know if you guys know that song or not.
Yeah,
Course.
Yeah,
everyone knows that song, I
yeah,
feel
that
like.
was a fun one. Otherwise, I don't really know many of the other NHL ones.
What's a rule that you would change in hockey?
I don't know if I'd change it. My dad actually told me about this one, when I was in Winnipeg a couple weeks ago. He said they might change the overtime rule to where because you know how in 3-on-3, some of the players if they're in the offensive zone, they'll skate outside the zone and kind of regroup and like get speed
Yeah.
and stuff. He told me that they might be changing that rule so you can't either leave like the blue line zone on purpose, or you can't go past the red line to regroup.
So only in overtime, though.
Yes,
obviously.
only in overtime, just 3-on-3, just because when you do that, it lets guys change, gives you so much speed, and I think that'd be an interesting one. I kinda don't mind it. I think it would make it just a little bit harder for them because it is overtime after all, so you have to get
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't skate back to the other end of the ice, regroup, relax, get some other guys out there, and then go. It has to just be tight and going at all times.
Yeah. Okay, last one, favorite player of all time.
Whew, yeah, that's tough. I mean, just being Canadian, It's like growing up, it was Crosby always. He's like the hero there, then Gretzky before him. I'm
Is
really like,
Gretzky Canadian?
yeah,
Is that stupid?
yeah,
Sorry,
No,
it's
it's
a
not.
a little
stupid
bit.
question. It was.
Right now, I'm the guy I'm rooting for the most is McDavid. I really, really want him to win.
To win a cup, but not with Edmonton.
Same, and I think he won't with
I
Edmonton.
went to Edmonton for playoffs last year, and that city is electric. Those fans are insane.
Montreal.
They're
I'm
Mhm.
telling you, Montreal's
gorgeous.
better.
I don't know. I've never Montreal's
Go
not a
if
team I've
Montreal
never.
makes it, you have to go to a game. Trust.
They're
It was
they're a hard team to
unbelievable.
get to. That's a team we haven't been to yet.
I know it's really far. It takes a while. We had to drive up to Toronto and then you take a flight. Oh wait, no, that was for Newfoundland. I don't know. I forgot. I think I just flew there.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks, girls. Love your enthusiasm, and we'll see where these playoffs takes us. So thanks for having.
Yup.
Bye.